The latest update patch for Darkest Dungeon 2 has made major changes to the stagecoach and driving, specifically changing roads between nodes from either safe or dangerous, meaning they contain a road battle. In making this change, we now have 5 different road types, including a change to Loathing. Let's cover the 5 roads first. Safe roads still exist, although these are now the rarest type of road. This road presents 0 danger of any kind, outside of your standard hero bickering. Combat roads will contain your standard road fight. You will generally face a pillager or gaunt battle, notably with the round timer eliminated. Road fights also have slightly reduced rewards, especially compared to the node fights. Finally, we introduced the new road types. First, the hazardous roads and the rough patches. The hazardous roads will remove 1 armor token from your stagecoach, and the rough patches will remove 1 wheel token. We'll discuss this new mechanic in more detail later. And finally, we have the new loathing system. A road can also be a loathing increase, which increases your loathing by 1 when you pass through the Oblivion's Tear. Oblivion Tears are also present at fixed locations as well, so be aware of that. The new loathing system now only goes up to 4 and is present at the top right corner of your screen. You gain loathing only through passing in Oblivion's Tear, and you reduce loathing by 1 at any location fight, reducing it by 2 if you defeat a lair boss. Loathing has multiple effects. At 1 loathing, your torch drains 20% faster and enemies have a 20% chance of spawning with a battle advantage. At 2 loathing, the torch drain increases to 40% with a 25% chance of a battle advantage for the opponent. And at 3 loathing, the torch drain becomes a debilitating 80% increase and 33% chance of an enemy battle advantage. Once you reach 4 loathing, the loathing consumes you, adding 10% max HP to the confession boss, as well as reducing your torch by 10, with an additional special effect depending on the confession. In Act 1, you will gain 3 stress party-wide. In Act 2, your whole party will lose affinity. And in Act 3, each hero will get an extra quirk. Once you hit max loathing, your loathing will return back to 0 at the next node. Loathing can quickly get out of control, so it is heavily discouraged to never skip a location fight if you have any loathing, especially if you don't have full scouting. This is an extreme danger that you have to take care to manage. Fighting lairs unprepared is sometimes even a necessary risk, because buffing the final boss is often a quick death, especially since they scale much faster with their already beefy HP pool. Now, let's discuss the new stagecoach mechanic. Your stagecoach now has 2 new health stats: your armor, represented by a shield, and your wheels. To start, you have 2 tokens of each, upgradable to 3 each at the Altar of Hope, along with unlockable new stagecoach equipment that increases the amount of wheels or armor you have. At each Wainwright, you also have the ability to repair your armors or wheels if you lost any in the last region, costing you 10 baubles at base, though this price can be reduced twice with Altar of Hope upgrades. At every inn, it is a definite priority to fully repair your stagecoach, not just to avoid the very dangerous urgent repair fights we will discuss later, but because a fully intact stagecoach gives you additional benefits. With a full set of wheels, you receive an additional 50% traveling heal, and when you have all your armor intact, your full party gains a block token at the start of every combat. These persist until you lose the corresponding armor or wheels from a road in the next region, which is unfortunately sometimes immediately, but sometimes you get lucky and can get a full region of these incredible benefits. In addition to the Wainwright, assisted encounters now have a new option to repair your stagecoach on occasion, allowing you to refuel mid-region. These are the only 2 places where you can repair your coach. Now let's discuss what happens when you run out of either wheels or armor. If you have 0 tokens of either armor or wheels, and you then face a road condition of the corresponding type, you will immediately be faced with a special road battle type called Urgent Repair. This is your traditional pillager gaunt mash, though the urgent repair fights will tend to drift towards the harder mashes. In all urgent repair fights, a random hero will get the repair token at the start of their turn, which forces them to skip their turn to repair the coach instead of fight, although this mechanic can be completely countered with the Wagon Jack stagecoach equipment. The fights do differ slightly depending on whether you ran out of armor or wheels. If you are out of armor, then the hero with the urgent repair token will also get a Vaughn token to start the round. Without wheels, one hero will become terrified and will gain 1 stress every round for the duration of the fight. Once the fight is completed, you will gain 1 token of the corresponding type. As you can tell from these debuffs, avoiding these fights is always in your best interest, as you also get no loot from them, similar to other punishment fights such as the Cultist Zero Light Ambush. The only time you would ever intentionally face one of these is if you're faced between a max Loathing Oblivion's Tear and an urgent repair fight. In that case, I would pick this fight depending on your HP. In the same vein, I will carefully preserve and seek out baubles whenever possible, as full repairing your stagecoach at each inn should take top priority. Overall, the latest update patch has added a whole new strategy layer to the game, with Loathing now being a significant piece of the puzzle rather than an afterthought, and with road changes bringing much needed variety to the game, along with a reduction in boring generic road fights, replacing them with more significant encounters. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every day.